So this feeling of, novelty and excitement and entertainment, obviously it's a part of life. It's a part of the colors of life, and we like to feel it. But there is so much more that we want to feel. We are not just that. But sex has been put, our whole culture is about that. Sex has been put into that box. It is just playing that role of entertainment. And what happens then is that it becomes quite imbalanced and often corrosive and even neurotic in a lot of relationships, because this attitude of only wanting excitement and fun out of sex is not just impoverishing. It is impoverishing, first of all, because there's a whole different of experiences you can have in sex. But if you believe that sex always needs to be exciting, then you always have exciting sex. Now, it might sound like a good thing to you, but actually what you're doing there is you have 10 different, okay, you've got really good at having, different sorts of exciting sex. So you have 100 different kinds of exciting sex, but there was actually 1,000 kinds of sex, and 900 of them were not, exciting. They had other really amazing qualities, but you have stayed in that part of the range that's only exciting. That's all you ever do. And then, having fun and exciting and entertaining sex, it is nice in some way, but there's obviously things lacking from it, the deeper fulfillment, the deeper happiness, the profoundly loving feeling, other kinds of soulful beauty, other kinds of nourishment are missing from that. So those may be really important nutrients for you, for your relationship that you would like to feel out of sex, but you're actively avoiding them, unaware of that, because you're driving it always into the exciting part, and you have that fun and exciting, and it is fun and exciting. But because it was fun and exciting, it couldn't be any other things, and you never get other things out of sex. And then there is that feeling of, sex being hollow, and something is always missing. So it's a small range of sex you have, and it's a limited life experience. But there's also kind of a bigger problem, a slightly darker problem there as well for a lot of people. We know that when we are so focused on just being engaged, being enticed by something, and we kind of survive on that, then there is a problem with built-in tolerance. And then there is a problem with escalation. And then at which point, not only does it not give you what you wanted out of sex, you even stopped questioning, what is it doing for me? You're only focusing on, how can I get reanimated for one more moment? And obviously that's when sex a lot of the time stops making sense. And overall, it's just really difficult to stimulate such, intense excitement in your brain over a long term. So it becomes an unsustainable sex life, a very difficult sex life to maintain. It's very patchy. And there is certain unverbalized discomfort, I found, that a lot of people feel when they are aware that their partner in sex essentially sees them as an entertainment object. So we are supposed to entertain our partners. Now, in a kind of really well-balanced sex life, that can be fun, but when that is the only thing that is left, it can feel quite odd to us. We don't really want to be somebody's entertainment, because you're not with your partner just for jokes. So the place of sex in our lives has become defined as entertainment, a product of entertainment. And look, you can do that. You can have sex as just entertainment and excitement and fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're never going to go to hell again for sex, whatever kind of sex you have. But it's just so misplaced. It's such a powerful, beautiful thing. There is so much more it is good for, and there's so much more we need out of it. And we are basically using an iPhone to crack walnuts. And we desperately need the things that we can get out of sex. And they're really important to us for our well-being. They really affect our lives. But we can't reach them in this picture of exciting sex, only exciting sex. There is a lot of sex that is just not exciting. And this is not, doesn't mean it's bad. It's not a criticism. It can be actually greater than exciting sex. It's just not a quality of sex in that moment. It might be nourishing you with love. It might be nourishing you with really amazing, beautiful energy without that sense of excitement. It might be really kind of revitalizing you, and you are experiencing an altered state of consciousness that are incredibly profound. It might be nourishing you with an incredible feeling of intimacy and closeness and connection right now. You might be feeling some really profound energies flowing through your body. They're not exciting, they just feel really amazing. It can be nourishing you spiritually, energetically, emotionally. Nourishment is not tranquil or boring or really kind of just lying there cuddling. You can have very powerful, very passionate sex. You just experience it as a nourishing for you right now. That is the quality of it that you feel. That is what you're focusing on, how it is enriching you, rather than how it is exciting your attention or holding your attention. It can be very erotic, it can be very sexy, it can be very powerful, but you are just really drinking all that in as nourishment. not preoccupied with, whether your attention is holding there or not. When you have exciting sex, that's also nourishing. It's just nourishing in that particular way. It's nourishing the part of you that wants to be nourished with fun or excitement, but that's not the only part of you. There are other parts of you that want to be nourished with love and with intimacy, with connection, with different energies, spiritually and stuff. And exciting sex is nourishing that part of you right now. So even when you feel excitement, you can still feel it as nourishment. Focusing on sex as nourishment is not limiting. We don't cut anything out. We expand our range. It is expansive. There's just much more range and kinds of sex you can have. It's like if you imagine a pie chart of different kinds of sex you can have, maybe 10% of it will be exciting and the other 90% will be all the other kinds of sex. It's just really organic. It's really easy. It's you just flow with what you need today. The best sex is not the most exciting sex. This is what I teach in all my courses. The most powerful sex I teach is not exciting. It's based on completely different qualities, different feelings that you feel in that moment that are far more impactful for you. And let me be clear, I'm not dissing exciting sex, fun sex. It's great to have fun and exciting sex. All I'm saying is that this is one kind of sex. It is not an essential quality of sex. It is one of the possible qualities of sex. It is one of the kinds of sex in your spectrum, and it is not the most important kind of sex for your needs. It is not the most powerful kind of sex for your feelings, the fun and exciting sex. You can have it, but there is so much more that we can feel and that we need to discover for ourselves.